So let me ask you this question because you're a person who I know personally, and I've seen you. I've been able to see you with your family today, and you're a very family oriented person. Even the way you've been talking about it during this interview, and other celebrities that you've met, they've been able to like say like, hey, this guy like he really cares about his family and the people around them. You got your day one in here with you. You know, like you're a very very family oriented person. So I want to ask you, man, like what's important to you about family while pursuing your dreams?
What's most important about family? That became a situation once I was down to nothing. And that was when I was in prison. It was like I had moments where I had money in the streets. I had money all over the place. I had all this stuff going on, but I had no access to nothing because I'm in prison. And I had to learn after about 8, 9 months, maybe a year. I can't tell you the exact date and time, but I had to learn like all I cared about was my people, my family. I couldn't do nothing without thinking about them because just a simple letter from them made me so happy that I got a letter. Or a simple phone call made me so happy that I was able to talk to somebody. I had phones, multiple phones. Never thought about calling people or tapping in with them or checking in on them or any of that because I was so caught up in the world and what the displayance of what was supposed to be happening and how I thought I was supposed to be living and why I thought I was supposed to be doing all this stuff. When I didn't know no better, I couldn't do no better. But when I was in prison, it made me be like, dang, that's the only thing that really matter in here. You got thousands of people. They don't care about nothing but a letter when it come in. They don't care about nothing but that phone call when it come in. They don't care about nothing but family now. And once you realize how important family is to you and it becomes a solid thing to you, you realize like nothing else really matters in the world because if you don't got a backbone, you don't got a solid foundation to really do nothing with, you would be doing all this stuff for what? When I think about why I get up, why would I be rapping right now? I don't have to rap right now. I have enough money to be straight. I have enough business to be straight. I don't have to be doing none of this. I could be just chilling right now. I own multiple homes, multiple vehicles. I have enough stuff that a lot of rappers that's popular don't have. So for me, the only thing that I keep reverting back to it, why is you still doing this? And I look at my family, I look at what they're going through, and I look at them having to come up and realize that I have to teach my son, I have to teach my daughters that you have to believe into something so much that you will still do it no matter what the situation or predicament changes. And I used to always think to myself like, why somebody like Jay-Z still working? Why somebody like Nas still working? Why somebody like DJ Khaled still working? When we see the success level that they're at, or Diddy, we see the success level, it's like, why is Oprah still working? Because the passion and they still doing is for their family. It ain't got nothing to do with them no more. And when I use the word family, it's even an outer reach because the fans become a certain part of a family situation because they need you and they depend on you, even if it's just for motivation. A lot of my fans will rather hear me give them a quote or give them something to motivate them or some game on some knowledge than they do a song because they know that's what type of time I'm on because they know they following me because of the business. They're not necessarily following me because I'm just dropping hit record after hit record after hit record. That ain't necessarily me. When they looking into me, they like, this dude is about business, but he also got this flavor with this and he's always shining bright. So it's like you start realizing that family is so important that nothing else really matters. And if you got a solid foundation with family, all this other stuff is irrelevant. And that's why I take my relationship and my situation so deep and dear to me because it's like, it was a time, bro, when nothing else mattered to me. It wasn't no money on my books, wasn't no person in my cell, wasn't no music, wasn't no nothing. When you don't got nothing, but you get that letter and you read it and fills your whole energy for a week or two, or you get that phone call and it's something going on. It's like that's what it meant, and I just used that over and over, day after day. Like this is why I get up every day. I get up because I know they got me. I know they waiting on me. I know they need that energy for me, for them to flourish, type of situation. That's where I come from.
Right. So when did you and your wife? I'm sorry. When did you and your wife actually meet?
Me and my wife met as kids. We was probably like 12 and 14.
Oh, okay.
But the thing was, she used to run with my little sister, track. So I'm 14, she 12. I'm not paying her no attention at 12. You feel me? Like, you're not even relevant to me because that 2-year gap when you're teenagers is like, I'm 14, I can't even look at you. So she always had a crush on me, probably because I was older and I was around all the time. So by the time I came home is when we actually even reunited and made a whole bond, because she was still in the family doing my family's hair. So when I came home, she had came over, I think just one random day, to do, I think either my sister or my cousin's hair, and I came in the house and she was like blown away because when I came home, I'm telling you, I'm like 180, just swole, big as heck, because I'm in there working out every day. That's all that I did, because you don't got too many options, you know what I mean? We writing and we working out. We doing that every day. So when I came home, I got my shirt off, I come in the house, she like, is this the same person? Like, situation. And she, mind you, she ain't seen me in years, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a whole wow factor to her. And we said a few words and let it be what it was. And she was in a relationship at the time and I was focused. So I'm like, I ain't even got time to really deal with nothing right now. I'm in this bag. I'm gonna do this. And it was like, all right, cool. We just stayed in connection. She would braid my hair from time to time. And then eventually, when I was like, I'm leaving, I moved to Atlanta. She called me one day like, I want to move down there with you. I'm like, it ain't even time. I had only been there like a couple months. I'm like, it ain't time yet because I ain't really got my feet planted and I'm sleeping on the couch at this time. And she like, nah, I see how serious you is. Like, I want to be there with you. And she jumped on the Greyhound and was like, I'm at the Greyhound station. Mind you, I'm like, what? What is you talking about? I'm on the couch.
I don't even need to ask my next question.
Like, I'm like, what is you talking about? I'm on the couch for real. And I'm like, and I don't got time to focus on no relationship. And then she like, I just want to help you. She watched me for 9 months go to work in the studio. She watched this. It turned her into something different. It was like, nah, he's going somewhere. Something's happening. She literally left her house, everything behind, and came. And I was like, would you stand for like a week or something? She like, no, I ain't going back. And it's been that ever since.
Wow. So yeah, I don't even need to ask my next, but I was gonna ask you what made you propose to her. I don't even need to ask you.
It's already said.
Listen, ladies, if you watching, that's how you get a husband right there. Okay.
No cap.
And fellas, if you watching, that's how you treat a woman that really love you. Right there, man.
No, that's some real stuff. Like, we thugged it from the bottom. Like, you can't take that from the situation. That's why our bond is so organic and so genuine. It's like, she really watched me come from nothing to everything. And I watched her leave everything she had. She had 3 jobs at the time I came home. She left all of that. 3 jobs and doing hair on the side. That's how hard she was hustling.
Wow.
And she left all of that to come stay down till we came up. Because it was, anybody could probably say it was kind of hard to say I wasn't going to go somewhere because I was too driven. I'm doing this stuff every day, day in, day out. I'm not letting up on nothing that I got going on. It was just a matter of time before everything started transpiring to really upbring everything else. So that's kind of what happened.
Right.